pages 13 and 14. Sound of Irish sense, really? Here English might be seen. Royally, one sovereign pun to Petery pence. Regally, the silence speaks the scene. Fake. So this is Do You Belong? Hush, caution, echo land. How charmingly exquisite, reminds you of the outwashed engravure that we used to be blurring on the blotch wall of his inkempt house. Used they? I'm sure that tiring chabble shoveler with the musical chocolate box, Mary Mitchell, is listening. I say, the remains of the outworn Gravemure were used to be blurry the Ptolemons of the incubus. Used we? He is only pretending to be struggling at the Jubilee harp from a second existed listener, fiery ferally. It is well known, lock for himself and see the old but new. Dublin, Wiku. Here, by the mausoleum wall, fim fim, fim fim, with the grand fun for all, fum fum, fum fum. 'Tis optophone which optophanes, list. Wheatstone's magic lyre, they will be tuggling forever. They will be lightening for all off. They will be pre-tumbling for over. The harp's discord shall be theirs for all ofs. 4 things, therefore, saith our hereditary mamam, Lugius in his grand old historium, Bible, wrote near Boriorum, bluest book in Ballia's annals, F.T., in different arskies, ne'er sal fail till heather smoke and cloudweed, ere his isles sal Paul. And here now they have the fear of tati tees. Adar, a bulbin boss surmounted up on an alderman. I, Doom, Nizam, eschewing an old a shoe on a poor old woman. Aho, trium, Tamuz, an Auburn maidie, O'Brien a bride to be deserted. A dear, quadlibus, Marchesavan. A pen no weightier nor a pole post, and so and all sucketh. So how idlers wind, turning pages on pages, as innocents with anaclete play, Popeye, antipop. The leaves of the living in the bulk of the deeds, annals of themselves, timing the cycles of events, grand and national, bring Fazelwise to pass how. 1132 A.D. Men like to ants or emmets wondering upon a groot wide walfisk which lay in a runnel. Sure it did, and no idea what it means, but I'm sure it did. Blubby wares up at Ublanium, 566 A.D. on Balfar's night of this year, after deluge, a crone that had a wicked kish for to hail dead turves from the bog, look it under the blay of her kish as she ran for her to Sothis Vega, her curiosity and be me soul, but she found herself sackful of swart. Goody quicken shoon and small elegant brogues, so rich in sweat. Blurry works at Hurdlesford, silent. 566 A.D. At this time it fell out that a brazen locked damsel grieved, Sobralla Solus, because that puppet, her minion, was ravished of her by the ogre Puropius Pius. Bloody wars in Ballyockerclee, Bally. 1132 A.D. 2 sons in an hour were born until a good man and his hag. 3 sons called themselves Caddy and Primus. Primus was a santry man and drilled all decent people. Caddy went to Winehouse and wrote a piece of farce. Blotty words for Dublin. Somewhere, apparently, in the gin and go gap between Antediluvius and Anadominant, the copyist must have fled with his scroll. The Billy Flood rose, or an elk charged them on the Sultrup world right, from the excelsissimost empyrean bolt in sum. Earth spake or the Danaman Gallus, banged pan the bliddy Durin. A scribe aside then. Poor scribe. And there's let off under Old's code with some fine covered by 6 marks or 9 pins in metal men for the sake of his labour's dross, while it will be only now and again in our era as an upshoot of military and civil engagements that a gynecure was let onto the scuffold for taking that same fine sum covertly by the meddlement with the drawers of his neighbour's safe. Now, after all that far-fetched and peregrine or dignant or no, or clear lift we are ears, eyes of the darkness from the tome of Liber Lividus and toe, how peaceably erenical all dimmering dunes and glomering glades, self stretches afore us, our Friedeland's plain. Lean neath stone pine the pastor lies with his crook, young pricket by pricket's sister nibbleth on return viridities. Amid our rocking grasses the herb trinity shams lowliness. Sky up is of ever grey. It is today. Thus too for donkey's years, since the bouts of he-bear and hairy man, the cornflowers have been staying at Ballymun. Good on them.